Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be our food shopping haul for the week and 6 family meals that I've cooked this week. I just thought it'd be good to share the recipes with you and maybe give you some inspiration for recipe ideas for your own family. There's only 6 recipes because on the 7th night we had a jacket potato, so I didn't bother to show you that. So the recipes I've got for this week are Cajun dirty rice, chicken broccoli stir fry, sausage carbonara, chicken asparagus and toad in the hole and a homemade pizza. So I hope you enjoy the video and let's get started. Okay, so over here we've just got toiletry bits, so toilet roll, laundry tablets, which I just get whatever's on offer. I've got 3 lots of hand wash because we need it for the kitchen and both bathrooms, and then hot chocolate because I like it and so do the kids. Then I got these 2 cereals because the kids don't really mind what cereals they have, and I try and avoid sugary ones if I can, and these ones were on offer. And then I've got a couple of soups because me and Tim sometimes like them for lunch. I've got an olive oil just because I'd run out, and also the Frylight coconut oil spray, which is really good for stir fries and anything in a frying pan really. I've got a couple of juices just because I do try and make the children drink water, and I drink water where I can, but sometimes it's just good to add a little bit of juice just to get a bit of fluid into them if they're not drinking much during the day. And then up here I've bought a couple of salads, because ready-made salads, because I'm working this week and I know I'm going to be busy and I won't really have time to sort of make lunch, so I might just need something fast and healthy to grab. And then we are onto the fruit and veg. So I've got some crudité already chopped up there, which I know is a bit lazy, but I just know I've got a busy week, so I might need something quick. I've got some mushrooms, which I'm going to use for the Cajun dirty rice later in the week. I've got some asparagus, which I'm going to use for chicken asparagus. And I've got the flat leaf parsley there, which I'm going to use for like a sausage carbonara, which is a Jamie Oliver recipe. I've got peppers here, which I chop up just because the children love just snacking on them, and so do I. And also they are needed for the Cajun dirty rice as well. Then I've got some broccoli here, which is for a chicken broccoli stir fry. And I've got some breadsticks because the kids just love to snack on them. Then I've also got courgette here, which goes into the sausage carbonara that I'm going to make. And so does the double cream there, goes into the sausage carbonara, so it's not that healthy. Some hummus there because me and Rosie like snacking on that with the pepper and the breadsticks. I've got sour cream, which is going to go into the chicken asparagus that I'm going to make later in the week. And then I've got a couple of lemons that go into the Jamie Oliver pasta that I'm going to make. And then I've got some spring onions for the Cajun dirty rice that I'm going to make. Some just normal onions, which I think also go into the Cajun dirty rice, I think. And we just run out of onions and we use them in a lot of cooking. And then I've got these Santini tomatoes because they're super tasty, and we just have them for lunches and snacks just chopped up. And then I've also got some carrots which go into the Cajun dirty rice. Again, we just like eating them chopped up and raw, and also just chopping them up and adding them for the kids' dinner. And then I've also got some fruits. I've got some bananas, I've got a gala melon, which is Quinn's favourite. He often has that with his breakfast. And I've got some satsumas, which Rosie likes. And then other vegetable wise, I've just got a couple of potatoes because sometimes if we just need an easy dinner one night of the week, we'll just make a jacket potato for me and Tim. And then I've just got some blueberries there as well for snacking on. Me and Rosie both like them. And then down here, meat wise, I've got some chicken, which is for our chicken asparagus that we're going to make later in the week, and also for our chicken broccoli stir fry. And I've also got some chicken in the freezer, so I've got a bit more to add to that. I've got sausages because I was going to maybe freeze some of them, but these are for our Jamie Oliver sausage pasta that we're going to make. And then the kids just love these chipolatas, and I'm going to make a toad in a hole later in the week with those. Then I've got some bacon medallions, which we're going to use. I'm going to use that both for the Jamie Oliver pasta that we make and also for the Cajun dirty rice. And then we try to eat something in the week that's not got meat in it. And I just saw this, they had this in like a flash sale when I was doing my online shop. This isn't chicken. I've never tried this before, but I just thought it was on offer, so I thought we'd give it a go. Might use that for the stir fry that I'm doing. So I'll let you know what we think of it. And then I've got eggs because we need them for the pasta later in the week, but also the kids love eating like boiled eggs as well. And I also like them hard boiled eggs for snacks. And then I've got some puff pastry here because we're making chicken asparagus one day, and then the following day I was going to use the chicken asparagus as a filling for a pie. So I needed some pastry just to make the pie topping. We also use the pastry as well to make sausage rolls sometimes for the kids, but I don't think we're going to make them this week. I think we've got enough sausage things going on this week. And then we've got some cooked ham here that the kids like for lunches, and sometimes I'll chop it up and pop it in pasta for them as well if I want just an easy dinner with a few veggies in there too. And then coffee, obviously, because we're parents of young kids and we're very tired, so that gets drunk lots. And then we've got whole wheat pasta, which I'm going to use for the Jamie Oliver pasta later in the week. I always buy whole wheat because I actually prefer the taste of it, and I just think if you're going to eat pasta, we might as well eat whole wheat pasta. So that's all the kids ever have as well. Then we are on to snacks, really. So Rosie loves a yoghurt. She'll often have yoghurt in the morning, and I've tried quite a few different yoghurts. She just really likes these Frubes, and I think they're good value. Over there I forgot to mention I have got a couple of these M&S meaty pasta things. I might put them in the freezer actually, just then it's something handy to grab if the kids want a really quick easy dinner. Raisins as well. Rosie loves snacking on them, and I like them if I have porridge. I add them to that. Maltesers, I know that's a bit bad, Malteser buttons, but we like snacking on them as a treat. And then we've got a few things here. Tim really likes these pick-up biscuits, so he'll have them if he goes off to work. He'll take it in a packed lunch. The kids like these Soren malt loaf, and I just thought this is the first time they've tried the banana ones, so we just thought we'd give them a go and see if the kids like them as a snack. So when we go to the park or something, I often take them in my bag, so they've got something to stack on. And likewise with the flapjacks, they quite like them. If I have to go to the park or something, I'll just pop a couple in my bag, so I've got them if the kids get hungry. Then we've got some beef stock pot, which I'm going to use for the Cajun dirty rice. And I've got a light soy sauce, which I use for my chicken broccoli stir fry. And then we've got some chicken oxo cubes, which we use for the chicken asparagus that I make. And then we just run out of gravy, so I just got another gravy because if we're making toad in the hole later in the week, the kids often like to have gravy with it. And then I've got one of these pasta sauces just because they last forever, and they don't need to go in the fridge or anything, they just last in the cupboard. I think, yeah, the use by date is like very long on it, so they just last a long time. Pop them in the cupboard, and then if I need a really quick easy meal for the kids, I just grab it out and chuck some pasta with it. And then we've got some whole milk. I already had some semi-skim milk, so I didn't need to buy any of that. Just have whole milk for the kids. They often have still have a cup before bed, and they'll have it on their cereal. Best of both bread for toast and sandwiches, and often make sandwiches for Tim to take to work with him. And then just a couple more snacks. So we've got this popcorn, which Quinn really likes, and also I like it because it's quite healthy snacking. You see there, 63 calories. And then Quinn's just had Skips for the first time ever last week, and he loved them, so I thought I'd buy him some of those. And then Quinn and Rosie both like Quavers. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. We've also got quite a bit in the freezer and already that we're going to use. So I'll show you our meals this week as we go, and explain all of the recipes. So today is Monday, and I've been working all day. Tim's had the kids on his own all day, so we've both had quite a long, tough day, so we just want a really quick, simple dinner. So I'm just going to make a chicken broccoli stir fry, but instead of chicken, I'm going to try this, which I showed you in my haul, which is a meat alternative, plant-based chicken style pieces made from soya and pea protein. So we'll give it a go. I think it's going to be quicker and easier than chicken, and also we like to try and have something that's not meaty during the week if we can. So this recipe is from a Pinch of Nom recipe book. I think the recipe, well, it is actually designed to be cooked with prawns, but we sometimes do it with prawns and we sometimes substitute it with chicken or like corn or veggie alternatives like this. So I'm just going to try and cook it as quick as I can, and I'll talk you through it as we go. So this recipe is from the Pinch of Nom Everyday Light cookbook. You'll need a low-calorie cooking spray, 2 garlic cloves, a 1-inch piece of root ginger and 1 red chilli, and I've cheated here and used frozen version to avoid wastage. You'll need 200 grams of tender stem broccoli, 300 grams of broccoli, 350 grams of either prawns or chicken, or we're using a soya-based alternative. Then you'll need 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of granulated sweetener, half a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice, salt and pepper to taste, and some egg noodles. So first of all, you just cook the noodles according to the packet instructions. Then with the frying pan on a high heat, you spray it with the low calorie cooking spray and add the garlic, ginger and chilli, and just fry it around for a couple of minutes. Just keep stirring it to stop it burning. Then you add the tender stem broccoli and the broccoli florets, although we've only used tender stem broccoli here because there's just 2 of us eating and we find it's too much otherwise. And mix that together with the garlic, ginger and chilli that's already in the pan. Keep it on a high heat and add 3 tablespoons of water. I also added the soya-based chicken alternative at this point, and then I just stirred it all around and cooked it for about 5 minutes. And then I added the remaining ingredients and seasoned with salt and pepper. And then once the noodles were cooked, I added those in too and stirred it all around together. And then it was ready. So it's just a really nice, simple, quick dinner that's super tasty. So today is Tuesday. The kids actually ate on their own earlier because we've had quite a busy day. Quinn went horse riding this morning and then we went for a play in a friend's garden after that. So I say they're tired, I can still hear Rosie. But yeah, they were tired and they were hungry. So they had their dinner at 5 o'clock and Tim wasn't home from work at that point. So again, we're eating separately for the kids, and I'm making a sausage carbonara, which is a Jamie Oliver recipe originally, but we can't now find it anywhere online or in any of the Jamie Oliver recipe books, so it must be quite an old one. So if I can't find a link to it to put in the description box below, then I'll set it out in the description box for you with the quantities that you need. So let's get started. Tim was out of work earlier, so I prepped all of the ingredients whilst the kids were eating their dinner, just to make it nice and easy now. So I got the sausage meat, I just got 6 sausages, took the meat out of the wrapper that it's in and made meatballs. I'll show you a bit of footage of me doing that. And then I chopped up, I've actually used bacon medallions here. I think the recipe originally was for streaky bacon, but we don't have any, and we've got bacon medallions to make another recipe later in the week. So I just thought it's just more cost effective just use the same as the recipe later in the week, and it pretty much does the same thing in this recipe. So I've got 4 bacon medallions there. I've got 1 medium-sized courgette chopped up here. I've got spaghetti, which I've got whole wheat spaghetti, but you could use any. And then I think it's 2 eggs go into the recipe. And then I've chopped up some flat leaf parsley for the recipe and some salt and pepper. And then I've got double cream. I think it's 150 ml that we need, and I think that is 300 ml, so I'll use half of that. A lemon, and then some Parmesan, which I think we only need 60 grams of. But as I say, if I can't find a link to the recipe, then I'll put it in the description box below. So first of all, you just cook your spaghetti according to the packet instructions. Then you pop the meatballs into the frying pan with some just light spray oil and start to brown those off. Once they're browned off, you can add in the bacon, cook that around for a bit and brown that off as well, and then add in the courgette. Then it's time to make the sauce, which is just 150 ml of double cream, 2 egg yolks, 60 grams of Parmesan, but I've kept a bit aside for dressing at the end, a lemon rind, which you just grate and then pop in, and some flat leaf parsley. Then you drain the spaghetti and pour the sauce over it and give it a really good mix, and then it's really important to pop the lid back on and just leave it for a couple of minutes, because that is what will cook the egg yolks. So like I said, give it a good stir here, pop the lid back on, leave it for a minute to cook the egg yolks, and just give the sausages another stir. Then you can serve up, and I normally put the spaghetti on the bottom and then add the meatballs on top. And then I just garnish it with the remaining flat leaf parsley and a bit of parmesan. And that's it. So it's really simple, really quick and delicious. So tonight is Wednesday night. I've been working all day today and the kids have been at nursery, and I'm going to make chicken asparagus, which is a recipe that my mum used to make, and it's from a Delia Smith cookbook. And I'm making it tonight because then tomorrow night we will make a pie. I'm going to make extra, and then tomorrow night we will make a pie with the remainder. So it's quite a good dinner for 2 nights in a row. So I'll show you how to cook it. So the recipe is actually for turkey scallops, but I've used chicken breast here. And to start with, you just sprinkle some plain flour on and use salt and pepper to season them. Then you'll need to wrap them in cling film like I'm doing here, and then bat them out each one with a rolling pin or a meat mallet. And once you've done that, heat a bit of butter and oil in a large frying pan and pop the chicken breasts into there, and then just brown them off until they're lightly brown on both sides. Next, you need to take the asparagus and cut them into 3 pieces, like I'm doing here. Put the tips aside, you won't need them for a while, but with the stalks, you make a stock here with chicken stock, and then pop in a teaspoon of sage, and the stalks of the asparagus, not the tips. Give it a really good mix, and then pop all of that in the frying pan on top of the chicken breasts. And now next you'll need to cover that over, and I need to get a better pan. I don't have a cover for my pan, so I just pop a bit of tin foil over the top of my big griddle pan, and that seems to work fine. And then you leave that for 15 to 20 minutes until it's tender, just cooking gently, and then it should look something like this. So 5 minutes before the end of the cooking time, you take off the lid and you just pop in some sour cream and the asparagus tips that you'd reserved earlier on, and then give it just another 5 minutes and a bit of a stir, and then I just served it with some new potatoes. So that's it, chicken asparagus. I'm not sure it's the healthiest meal, but it's quite a nice home cooked, and it gives me a bit of nostalgia because I think my mum used to cook it. So the top just flew off the Prosecco as well. Yeah, so we're going to enjoy this now, and we're also going to have it tomorrow night in a pie, so I'll show you that as well. So tonight's dinner is a super easy one. I've just got the leftover chicken asparagus from last night, which I chopped up, I let it cool down, and then I chopped it up just before I went to bed and popped it in these Tupperwares in the fridge. So all I'm going to do is literally pop those into a pie dish and spread it around a bit. And actually, I've ended up with loads. I did way too much chicken. So I don't know if I'm going to use it all. I might just do that because I think it's going to be too much. Otherwise, I have got more here, but I think we'll save that. I might use that for something else. So yeah, that's all you do. Do this, and then you just roll out I've just got some very easy, just roll puff pastry, and I'm going to pop it over the top, and then I'm going to glaze it with a little bit of egg and stick it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, and then we're just cooking some new potatoes to go with it. So tonight I'm just making a really quick toad in a hole. So I just put a little bit of vegetable oil in the base of the pan I'm going to use so it doesn't burn and stick. Like that. I've already cooked the sausages because otherwise I just find they're a bit pale if I don't cook them first. So I've pre-cooked them only for about 10 minutes. And then to make the batter, what I usually do is get 1 egg, pop it into my mixing jug, and then I try and do the same amount, exactly the same amount of egg as flour and milk. And the way I do that is I often use the shell. So I put the egg in there, I fill up the empty shell with milk, so it's the same amount, and pour that in. I'm going to do the top as well, and pour that in. Just got to be a bit careful obviously that you don't get any of the shell in it. The children have come to help, and then the same with flour, and that's it. Just those 3 ingredients. Obviously you've got the oil in the bottom, but then you just need 3 ingredients, so it's just egg, flour and milk for the batter, for like the Yorkshire that goes around the sausages.
Mommy, I think...
So pour that in. Again, I've just used the egg cup, so I roughly have the same amount of egg, milk and flour. There you go, that's it. Then I'm just going to mix all of that together, and I've got a little helper now. Bryn, don't touch any of this as it's hot pocket. Then I just spread the sausages out that I want. I've actually cooked a whole pack of sausages here, just because me and the kids are leaving cold as well. And I'm just going to pour the mixture over the top. Spread it out. Don't touch that. And then that's it. So you just take that, pop it in the oven. Like so, and I normally do it for about 20 minutes, and that should hopefully be enough.
What's it like to hold his hand when he tells you that you're all he wants? And it's midnight, oh, I'm thinking about him. I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name, and I'm running out of time.
So for tonight's dinner we are all making pizza. We cheated, we haven't made the dough, we just buy this frozen dough, which is, we already have some in the freezer, so it wasn't in my grocery haul, but we get the wholemeal pizza dough cooked by the Northern Dough Company. And it's really simple, you get 2 dough blobs in it like this, either defrost it in the microwave or just leave it in the fridge overnight to defrost. And then it comes out in a blob like this. Then you put a bit of flour, which Tim's doing now just to knead it out. And then I've got some ingredients out so the kids can then decorate them themselves. So I've got some pepper and some ham, I've got some cheese, and then I've got some Santini tomatoes and some mushrooms and some mozzarella. And then I've also got some passata I'm going to put on the pizzas as a base. And then, careful Rosie. So we're all going to do it together, roll them out, and then cook them for our dinner.
I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid like every day. Don't know what to do or what I should say, 'cause I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name.
So the final recipe for the week is Cajun dirty rice, which is also from the Pinch of Nom cookbook. I've chopped up peppers, mushrooms, carrots and onions there. I'll put the quantities in the description box later on. You'll also need a beef stock pot like this one, and then you'll need some Cajun seasoning. And you can put as little or as much in as you want, which depends on how spicy you want it. So I put a bit less in when it's for the children. You'll need some bay leaves, which go in with the rice. I'll show you shortly. And you'll also need a chicken oxo cube, which again goes in with the rice for flavouring. So I'll show you that shortly. And then you will also need some spring onions, which go on at the end, just to give it a bit more flavour. 4 bacon medallions, which is what I used earlier in the week, the other half of the medallions. And you'll need some lean minced beef. So you just cook the rice according to the packet instructions, but you also add one of the chicken oxo cubes just crumbled up in it, and also a bay leaf. Next, you spray the frying pan with some low-calorie cooking spray, and then place it on a medium heat, and then add your minced beef and start to brown that off. Then add your onion and then your bacon, and then you cook it for around 3 to 4 minutes, so keep stirring it until it's brown. Then you add a dash of Worcester sauce, or I've added quite a lot here because I like it, and 2 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, or more or less to taste. Next up, you add your carrots, mushrooms and peppers and give that a stir, and then you dissolve your beef stock pot in boiling water and add that in, and then cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes or until the peppers start to soften. Then you add your cooked rice and some spring onions to the pan and give it a stir over medium heat just until the rice is coated and it's warmed through. And that's it. So please don't be daunted by the amount of ingredients in this recipe. It really is simple to do and super tasty. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, then please do give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think of the recipes in the comments below. If you're new to my channel, I'd be really grateful if you could subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you for my next video. Bye for now.